So Phil asked me to revisit what we did last year in the evening service, and so we're doing things a little bit different. Today is about the celebration of the Holy Spirit. We often represent the Spirit as a flame. And as we heard from the Bible Project, the Holy Spirit has been around since the beginning. In fact, it was hovering over the waters of creation as described in Genesis. It comes to the prophets. It comes to Jesus. It throws him out into the wilderness after coming on him like a dove for his baptism, and then casts him into the wilderness for his temptations. And we hear it resurrecting Christ. But today we are the celebration of the church. And the church was, at this stage of the story, a frightened bunch of Jewish people hiding in a room, deflated and wondering what was going to happen. Their flame was like this, a small flame. At any stage, it might get blown out. Snuffed out by the Romans, snuffed out by what might happen. But then we hear this story, and as Phil said, why did it have to come? Why did they have to wait? But they were in this room, and then something changed. Their small flame took on shape. It erupted. There's my fire neighbour. A little bit of a spin from the Holy Spirit, and the flame of their faith took on an amazing new shape. And we hear them preaching to all the Jews that are gathered for this ancient Jewish festival, the festival of harvest. And they start preaching the gospel, and they radically change. They change from this scared bunch of wandering disciples to apostles. They became the sent out ones. That's what apostolos means in Greek. And we are the inheritors of that flame. But we're like the disciples. What Pentecost reminds us is, do we sit still? Are we waiting on something? The Spirit is always there. The Spirit is with us. But we have to actually respond. The experience of the Spirit, the experience of God was what was transformative. Not just that they believed that Jesus was the Christ, or that what he taught, or what he said, or the parables that he shared with them. They had heard him say, "Go, as you go into the world, baptize people." They'd had that. And then Jesus has ascended. And where were they? They were locked in a room, still scared and frightened, waiting for something to happen. We need to take some action. We need to receive the Spirit. And for each one of us, it'll be different. But the United Church believes that each of us are given a gift by the Spirit, and that there is no gift without corresponding service or ministry. And we have to actually use that. We have to join in and spin ourselves up if the Spirit is going to transform us. So I don't know where you sit in your faith today. I don't know how you're using your gifts. Maybe you haven't even discerned what those are yet. But that's why we gather as the church, with a little bit of formation, a little bit of shaping. That flame can transform. And so today we're doing something different. The rest of the service, minus the last song, will be a chance for you to do some interactive activities. We have 4 stations around the church. Challenge by choice. In the room up the back, I think it's called the Skylight Room, there's painting. Paint an experience of the Spirit. Paint the story of the Spirit. Just paint in colours if you like abstract things. Just sit there for a bit. Don't think too hard. Just allow something to come as an act of prayerful painting, if you like. In the colonnade room, we're going to be doing some origami. We're going to be making doves. And it's not too hard. It's about the simplest, and strangely enough, it looks a bit like the Uniting Church dove. And we have a dove on the wall. And in our last song, I'm going to invite you to bring your dove that you make and stick it in our spirit plane. If you didn't get to make a dove because you did some of the other activities, there's a box of doves up the front that Ravenswood made last year. So that's 2 stations. In the chapel, there's a time of meditative prayerfulness. There's just some songs about the Spirit, and then just invite you just to sit there, listen to the music, look at the words and lyrics, and enter into a time. A lot of the spirits, like we've sung, a lot of the songs are focused on the Spirit, and maybe your prayer can be, "Come, Holy Spirit." But what will that do with you? What gifts will that activate in you? How might the Spirit spin you up and change the flickering of your flame into a fire needed? And if you wish to remain in the worship space, of course, you can just offer yourselves in prayer. But up the front on the communion table, there are the fruit of the Spirit, all on cards. And I'm inviting you to do something that's called, I don't know, a discipleship planning exercise. It's based on hope theory by a guy called Schneider. Looks at people who actually activate hopefulness. Use 3 main factors. One is they set goals that are achievable and that they have a time frame and accountability. They look at pathways. They don't just say there's just one way to achieve this goal, but they look at the multiple options, all the different pathways that might be there. And as they consider each pathway, they think about blocks and obstacles that they might encounter along the way, both external and internal, because some of our greatest blocks are ourselves, our fears, our anxieties, our lack of faith. And the last part of hope theory is agency. What are you going to do then to actually activate this pathway? How are you actually going to overcome those obstacles? When you hit a block, as opposed to an obstacle can be overcome or got around or gone under. Sometimes a block can't be things, and that's why in multiple pathways, then you go and flick to the second pathway or another pathway. So, in here, thinking about choose 2 fruits of the Spirit, set a goal. How might you live that fruit out? What pathways might you use to do that? What blocks might stop you from doing that? What obstacles might you face? And then how might you actually activate that? If you can't get up, we can bring up the fruit of the Spirit and our hope theory, faith, discipleship, fruit of the Spirit plan up to you. Painting, origami, meditative worship and songing, prayer and hope theory plan. You have about 20 minutes or a little bit longer. 25.
Come back when you hear the song.
Come back when you hear the song. And just move around. Experience something new.